part of this awareness journey, like the first step for me was realizing I need to be aware of what I'm doing. Awareness is like the first door that you walk through on this path, or at least for myself. I was an unconscious human doing unconscious things, stuck in cycles that like caused me misery, or I felt like I wasn't going anywhere. And sometimes I would get like this, thank you, this grace and momentum to inspire me to do things outside of my rhythms, but I didn't know that I was the one I didn't know that there, how do you put this into words? I didn't know that I was unconscious. I was just doing, which is a beautiful thing. I don't think like being unconscious or conscious is more or less than the other. But for myself, in my unconsciousness, I was making decisions, and it got me to this point where I was like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Like, I feel something inside me that kind of like wants to go this way, but I've been doing it this way, and I don't understand why. And why am I? It started to like riddle me, and I started to open up my eyes and realize, oh, it's like you wake up from a dream for the first time. I wish I could put this into words, but if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, like, let it sink in. And I realized that I felt like I was sleeping this whole time. Like, the dream was dreaming me, and I was just participating unconsciously. And so when I finally realized that I am a multidimensional being, that I'm not just this human, I'm not just my mind, I'm not just my emotions, I am soul, I am spirit, I am a living representation of the divine and love. And oh, I love the movie Wish, because it talked about how you're a star, and like that resonated so well within myself. And so anyways, waking up and from the unconscious to realizing your consciousness, and realizing that, are you controlling your thoughts, or your thoughts controlling you? And they can work together perfectly. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. I would love to be unconscious a lot of times, but consciously knowing I'm following the divine, if that makes sense. So the first door was realizing that I have choices, and that I have a purpose, and that I am allowed to do things in my own way, that I'm allowed to have a human experience. And then the second part was, the next door was stepping through and having the courage and the strength and the confidence to present myself in a way to this world of who I am. And if you want to like narrow it down, we can say like who I am as an artist, or who I am as a mother, or a human, or a friend. But I'm in this process of giving myself permission now to function in accordance with what feels right within me. And I'm still practicing and giving myself permission to do that. And that's part of like why I make these videos now, so I can visually see the evolution and kind of like get feedback within myself of what is my truth, what is my authentic side of me versus what is the conditioned side of me. Because consciousness is quite slippery. It is quite a funny thing. I've caught myself, I say something to someone and I'm like, why did I say that? Like, that's not even my truth. Like, why did that just come out? And same with like an action, like, why did I just do that? And you just start to like notice these little things, and hopefully most of them that I do are like something I can say sorry or take back or just turn around. But like in the bigger decisions of life and exposing myself as for who I am, it's just interesting like what comes out. And I saw this quote and I loved it. Let your practice be the authentic expression of your soul. And right now I'm in a practice, and I think I forever will be a practice. This will be a practice that I will never reach that level of mastery. To others, I might reach that level of mastery, but I know within myself that there's no such thing. There is only consistent practice. And then today's best will be tomorrow's worst, which is beautiful. Like, my mom and I were talking about this book that she was reading, and she got some really cool she got a really cool perspective, and it was called the one more. So that when you, for example, like let's say you're doing a push-up and you can do 5 push-ups, and your last push-up, the 5th one, was like, oh, you pushed so hard but you got it. It's called the one more method. If 5 was like your goal and something that you were trying, that was like the pinnacle of your practice, the book says go back down and just attempt one more. Even if you don't get to the 6th, you attempted, you tried one more time, so that when you pick up your practice tomorrow, you are already like one step ahead from your last goal. So your goal was 5. Good, you completed it, and then you already started the process of your 6th one. So when you pick up that practice again, you go do your push-ups, and 6 is your practice that day, and you go to 6, and then you just pump it out one more. And it's like you're setting yourself up for greatness. You're preparing the foundation of your practice for when you pick it up again. And I thought that was beautiful. I'm so happy she shared that with me. And I love sharing with people, because other humans get epiphanies and perspectives in ways that I probably wouldn't, but because they're telling me a story, I can like then take that story and it's now my truth. Now I understand. I didn't have to read the book to understand. They kind of like summarized their lesson from it, and then I got to learn from it. So community and collaborating and talking with other people, especially good people. I'm talking like people that want to add value and love and light to your life, not people that come to you for therapy sessions, which there's a time and place for those, but like people that constantly take all the time, it's no longer a genre of entertainment that I want to be in. Well, I got 30 more minutes. I thought I was going to talk more. The library that I'm going to doesn't open up until 10, and it is 9:30, and I kind of like run out of words. I love the library. I love the library because it's free and I can go in there and like grab as many books as I want, and I don't even have to read them. I just can take them home. It's kind of like shopping. But anyway, I love the library. Like, Beauty and the Beast, Belle, she's one of my favorites, and she loves books as well. Sad that she only had like a limited... Oh no, she didn't, because she ended up having like the biggest library ever. In the beginning of the movie, she only had like the local bookstore, which only had like 12 books, and she's read them so many times. And then when she met the Beast had an entire library. Oh, what a dream. What a fucking dream. Anyhow, so I'm at the library, and I'm gonna pick out some books. I want to attempt oil painting. It's something that like I've been intimidated to try because I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. But every time I look at art, that is like the materials that I look at in a painting. And I bought some canvases, and I want to like I've never been one that's like to say I'm a painter or I'm a artist when I like draw things. I have a sister who is fantabulous at drawing. She's goosebumps. She's amazing. The best artist I've ever like seen, and she gets it from her mother, honestly, but she practices more than her mother. But her mom's just as great, my stepmom. And I've witnessed what a artist in the field of drawing and painting, like Photoshop and animation, what that looks like. And I can't say that like I'm that type of person that falls into that genre or that category, because I've never had that inside of me to like compelled to make art in that way. But like, it's calling me right now, and I think again, it's going to evolve, but we can come back to that. I'm going to be using, I hate making definitive statements that I know I'm going to change later, but like the truth is right now, I'm being called to paint, and I feel as though painting is going to convey a message that is deep down inside of me that I don't know how to access. And I think that painting is going to allow me to bring out this emotion or this inspiration or just a knowingness that I have asked the universe for. And I think the universe is like, paint and your answer will come. It doesn't have to be a good painting. It doesn't have to be right painting. You don't have to make millions from this painting, which would be great, but relax, go venture and paint. And I think that there's something with this notion, with this following of me going to paint something that's going to bring some type of truth that I have asked and wished for. It's going to be coming out. And this is like the type of practice that I do. And it's funny because I grew up and people were like, you want to do so many things and then like you quit halfway. And it's like, I didn't quit. I moved on. Like, I got what I wanted from that practice. I don't want to do the same thing. Like, that's not who I am. I don't want to do the same thing over and over and over until I go to the grave. Like, that's not who I am. I'm like a master of all trade. No, and what is that? Which I don't agree with the phrase, but what is that phrase? A jack of all trades and a master of none. But truly, I'm the master of picking up any trade. How many people in this world are brave enough to like completely about face and go into a new direction and abandon everything that they've ever became a master of? This person wants to park right next to me. Okay. So this is new. This is very new. Confidence, baby. Confidence. This is what exposure feels like. And it really doesn't matter. That's the other thing too, is like I'm trying to realize that I'm the only one on this earth. Like, I am the only one. And that I should not be like intimidated by people watching me, other eyes.